Hi everyone, my name is Brooke Blythe. I'm an online student at GCU in Northern California. I'm in my sophomore year of college and I'm a communications major with a minor in Spanish. Growing up, I was an only child and my dad was a pastor at our church and my mom stayed at home and took care of me. And my mother instilled in me the basis of communication from a young age. She taught me how to play Candyland in Spanish, and she taught me from a big sign language book we had once a week. And so when I was younger, I already knew 3 forms of communication: English, Spanish, and American Sign Language, which really helped me in my career going on as an adult. My parents were older, and my dad taught the young adults group at church. And so that meant that I had to speak to adults from a very young age, which a lot of kids didn't have to do. I didn't have a ton of friends my age, but it really helped me to be able to communicate and be knowledgeable of a different culture of people who were older than me and their respect from a younger age. My self-concept was high because I thought I was a pretty good speaker for my age, and my self-esteem went up every time they told me how proud they were of me for being such a good speaker. When I was 11, my family and I moved to California for my dad's job, which meant that I had to start at a new school, and it was my very first time in public school, which was pretty hard for me because I was scared. It was a whole different culture. I just moved from Phoenix, which is a large city, to Northern California, where it's more of a rural farming town, and it was all new to me. It was something I'd never experienced, and so it was difficult for me to adjust to. I didn't have many friends, and there was no family around me, and so my self-esteem pretty much tanked. I had to work hard to go out of my way to start conversations with new people at school, which was difficult at first, but when I kept doing it, I got better and better at it, and so I could strike up a conversation with anyone at any time, which was really helpful to me. I had to do a lot of public speaking in high school because anything medical was something I was interested in back then. And so we had to do a lot of presentations on our findings, and I would get nervous every time I spoke. And so I would go home and I would practice speaking with a clear voice, which really helped me in the long run because I got really good at public speaking and presentations. I took 4 years of Spanish to get a 4 on my AP exam, and there was a lot of native speakers in my AP Spanish class, and so I went out of my comfort zone to speak to them in Spanish, and my Spanish was far from perfect, but I tried my best. And they were very understanding, and that really helped my self-esteem that I was able to communicate in a whole other language and learn some of their culture and their tone of how they spoke so I could emulate it and do better. In high school, I worked hard to get a lot of scholarships. For one of them, I had to present to the board. I spoke about my experience in my life and how grateful I was for the opportunity. They said that my speech was one of the best they had ever heard for a teenager, and that helped my self-esteem go way up. They were super proud of how well I communicated my points, and that's when I knew that all of the time trying to speak and learn how to be a better communicator had truly paid off. And so starting college and meeting a new roommate in a city where I grew up in was pretty good for me because I had a lot of experience communicating, and it really helped me to be a communications major from the background that I came from to learn all of this. And so my self-concept grew again and my self-esteem went up because I was proud of myself knowing how well I could communicate. And in college, I'm looking forward to all the new things that I can learn. Thank you.